What's up, guys? Happy Wednesday out there in the YouTube universe. My name is Dave Van Auken. I'm going to do a little video on the heavyweight landscape. We got a cool thumbnail. So they made it. I was like, hey, I'm going to talk about it. So let's do it. Let's get into it. If you guys have any questions, comments, throw it in the chat. We'll get to them. But heavyweight landscape in the UFC right now going forward. To me, because there's a lot of questions. And it starts right with the pound for pound. It starts with the GOAT. It starts with the heavyweight champion over 785 days. Our heavyweight champion, Jon Bones Jones. Jon Jones is the champ. And I know he's doing a show with Nate Diaz right now. And there's like that Tough Enough show. And he's all over the place. And he's on the back of mopeds. And he's with, being wild. And a lot of people getting worried that, like a lot of people to me are worried that Jones is never going to fight again. And it could be true. It really could, guys. He's had, to me, the greatest mixed martial arts career of all time. He's had the greatest UFC career of all time. If he wanted to be done, he could be done. And he's already given us, the consumer, enough, at least in my 2 cents. But guys, I think Jon Jones is smart enough. I think Dana White is smart enough. The UFC brass is smart enough. If he was really, really done, and I know he said that, he after defeating Stipe in New York City last November, he could have said, guys, I'm done. I'm moving on. And we could have just moved on going forward with the heavyweight division that a lot of people are kind of down on. I'm going to kind of spin that. I think there's a great champion who's our interim champion. I'll get to a second. I think there's enough challengers for the next 2-3 years, hopefully to develop some more heavyweight talent. But Jones, to me, is not done. He would have been stripped already or gave the title back. Guys, my 2 cents, my opinion, and this is what this is, we will see Jon Jones later this year. We will see him back, I would think, in Madison Square Garden. We'll see him in November. We will get our Jones and Aspinall fight. And I know probably Aspinall wanted something beforehand, maybe deservingly so, but we're on Jon Jones's timeline. He's the champion. It's not like just he's the champion. He's been such a product of the UFC for so long. He's been the guy. He had the light heavyweight division for so long. We will get our Jones Aspinall match in November. So with me, Jones, heavyweight champion, 785 days right now. We'll get that title fight, I think, in November. So with that being said, of course, Jones and now the landscape of the heavyweight division is definitely tied with Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall, guys, 15-3, age 32, 8-1 in the UFC. His one loss, he tore his knee up against Curtis Blades, which he came back to revenge that. So you can say unblemished in the UFC. He's been the interim champion now for over 535 days, the longest interim champion in our sport. And I know people were like, everything in life isn't perfect. The heavyweight division isn't perfect. The fight game isn't perfect, but it is what it is, right? If we get the matchup at the end of the day, if we get Jones Aspinall in November at Madison Square Garden, like all that stuff, did it take a little bit longer than we should have? Yeah, maybe. The interim champion thing, yeah, maybe. But at the end of the day, if we get Jones and Aspinall, nothing matters. Like my analogy is, if you met your significant other in high school, but you didn't date or didn't connect then, but at the end of the day, if you guys sometime get reconnected, get married and have kids and you live with them forever, it worked out. It's all good. You got the end verdict. And I think we will get Jones and Aspinall in the fall. So there you go. There's Jones. There's Aspinall. Like I said, he's got wins over Blades already, Sergey already, and Volkov. So there's not a lot of going forward, assuming Aspinall wins, or even going forward, you think Aspinall will fight for the heavyweight championship even after Jones and Aspinall fight in November. So just say if Jones retires in November in Madison Square Garden, 2025, Aspinall, I would assume, fight for the undisputed heavyweight championship in the spring of 2026. And who are those challengers? So let's kind of go through those. To me, I've been seeing shows, hearing podcasts, seeing stuff out there on the UFC heavyweight division, and it might not be the welterweight division, for goodness sake. What is, right? The welterweight division stacked, all these young undefeated guys with Morales and, Shavkat Rakhmonov. There's a ton of talent. And the heavyweight isn't the welterweight division, but I don't think it's as down as what people think. I think it's got a bright future. And with that future, the number 2 contender, if Aspinall is the interim, is Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane, 35 years young. And guys, in the heavyweight division, it's not like featherweight or bantamweight. When you get to 35, 36, it's getting close to the end. Heavyweights, to me, you can fight absolutely to your 40, even into the low 40s. Glover Teixeira was the light heavyweight championship in the 40s. So I think these heavyweights got multiple years, all these guys, and I'm just going to read them off. Gane, Volkov, Sergey, Blades, and Almeida. We got 5 years of these guys, especially Aspinall at age 32. Cyril Gane, guys, 35, 13-2 as a pro, 10-2 in the UFC. Of course, the loss against Jones, it looks pretty bad, but everyone loses to Jones. His wins, though, Volkov, Tai Tuivasa, Spivak, Derek Lewis, JDS, got some really, really high-end wins. All right, let's see. The first question in here, they go, the heavyweight division definitely needs a talent infusion. Hope that Dana White continues. Okay, so I agree with this comment for sure. It's a great comment. Shout out to you guys. Every division could always use more, and I think the heavyweight could get more in the future, but I still think we have enough now. I still think we have 18 months of fights with Jones, Aspinall, Gane, and I will read the rest of the list. And I think that in the weird way, the guy who's going to be influx in it is Jailton Almeida. We'll get to him. He's number 6, but I still think we have enough here. And of course, I agree with that comment as well. In the next year or two, we need another guy or two. We need a guy or two to kind of run through. I know Teixeira is fighting Derek Lewis and UFC Nashville. He's an up-and-comer guy. That if he sticks, that would really help the division going forward. So yes, they definitely. It's just hard to find 6'6", 255-pound males who can fight. There's just not a lot of them on this planet, and they are going through a transition. Guys like Rosenstrike and Tai Tuivasa, even Derek Lewis. There's just guys. The Francis thing course didn't work out. Jones is on the way out. It seems like there is a transition from where we were 18 months ago. So hopefully we get another transition. But back to Gane. Gane's number 2. Gane and Aspinall hasn't fought each other. That fight will happen. I don't know if that's next. I don't know if they're kind of even saving Gane because they know Jones and Aspinall is the end. And we're going to see Gane and Aspinall early 2026 for the undisputed heavyweight division. Even if Aspinall's the champion or if he loses to Jones, we'll still probably get that matchup. Next, number 3, Alexander Volkov, 38-11 in the UFC, 38-11 full MMA career, 12-5 in the UFC. Very, very respected record. He just fought Cyril Gane and just lost a split decision. A lot of people think Volkov won that fight. I think, didn't he have like a bum toe of that nature? Long story short, Volkov is right there. And I do believe he will be fighting for a world championship in the next 12, 14 months. Lost against Gane, I said, but he's got wins versus Sergey Pavlovich, which is a great win. He's got losses against Blades and Aspinall. So there's a lot of people in front of him and behind him that he's already lost to. But Volkov, 36 years young, still got plenty of time, 3-4 years in the future. We got time for Volkov to, he's going to have a fight. I think him versus Almeida, him versus Aspinall again, or him versus Gane. You never know how the heavyweight division will fall out. Gane versus Volkov could be a future number 1 contendership fight again, or God forbid, could be for the championship. So that's Volkov number 3. The dark horse of this division, and it's not even Jailton Almeida. Almeida will get there on his own terms. He's very young. He'll get there. The dark horse is number 4 in my books. That's Sergey Pavlovich. Guys, we forget 18 months ago, 2 years ago, he fought Aspinall for the undisputed championship. And Sergey Pavlovich was the betting favorite to defeat Tom Aspinall over there in NYC. 33 years young, 19-3, 7-3 in the UFC. I know he's got the 2 L's in a row, and people really counted him out. And just here, my example of Sergey Pavlovich is Francis Ngannou. Guys, Francis Ngannou started off hot, got to the championship fight against Stipe, lost. His next fight was against Derek Lewis, lost that. 2 L's in a row, just like Sergey. But after that loss, took off, reworked the game, kind of got that savagery back in his mind, mental aspect of it, and just went on a big run. And Nagano's still on that run. So Sergey being 23, coming off of a win in February, I think Sergey's got a big fight in front of him in the next 4 or 5 months. And then Sergey is in that mix of 2026. I think Sergey Aspinall, we're going to see again. I think we're going to see Sergey Gane and Sergey Volkov in the near future. Pavlovich, to me, is the dark horse of the UFC heavyweight division for the next year or two. And then number 5, we got Curtis Blaydes. The man, and this word is gets a really bad negative connotation to it, but I don't think it is. He is the gatekeeper to the heavyweight division. 34 years old, 18-5 a pro record, 13-5 in the UFC. Some of his losses we know are to the best of the best, Aspinall and Nagano's. But his wins, guys, he's got a win against Aspinall. I know it was an injury. It is what it is. On the Topology, a win versus Aspinall, a win versus Almeida, and a win versus Volkov. Nice wins for Curtis Blaydes. Really high-end wins. To me, Curtis Blaydes is that guy. He's 2-3 wins away from a title shot. And he will always be this gatekeeper at number 5, not letting that next generation in of Almeida and Teixeira. They have to go through Curtis Blaydes. Then talking about it, number 6, guys, 33 years young, 22-3 record, 8-1 in the UFC. His last fight, January against Spivak, gets a win. I know he's got the L to Blaydes, but Jailton Almeida is a heavyweight guy in the next 2-3 years. Will be in big fights, big main events, title fights. Almeida Aspinall, to me, has a lot of selling power in the future, getting Almeida 2 more wins. If Almeida can get that revenge win against Blaydes and gets another win, Gane, Volkov, Almeida Aspinall sells out MSG in 2026. So Almeida is definitely the guy. Like I said, Teixeira is the young up-and-comer. He fights Derek Lewis here in a couple of weeks in Nashville. So that's a big fight for the heavyweight division. So I don't know, guys. Long story short, the reason why I was making this video, I was seeing all this negative out there, communication about Jones in the heavyweight division, what they're going to do with Aspinall. And then I see a lot after that. It's like, guys, what are they going to do as heavyweights? What's going to happen? The heavyweight division's bad. Yeah, like I said, it might not be the welterweight division. It might not be the featherweight division, bantamweight, but the heavyweight division still got a lot of big fights. Guys, Jones, Aspinall, Gane, Volkov, Pavlovich, Blaydes, and Almeida. I still think we got a lot of talent there. That's 8 guys. That's a lot of back and forth. I know some of them has fought each other, but there's still a lot of new fights, and it is what it is. We'll get big rematches and trilogy fights end of 2025, early 2026, and then by 2027, like the comment said, we'll get an influx of names, maybe even like heavyweights, guys like maybe Ankalaev or Alex Poatan moving up. We'll see, but I still think the heavyweight division still got some star power. We still got Tom Aspinall on top. We still got Jones, and I think that fight will happen in November of 2025. So there you go. There's my heavyweight landscape. We'll get Jones and Aspinall. Gane, it will be around the corner. I think we can do how about Almeida versus Volkov, and then how about a Sergey versus Blaydes, and everyone's matched up. The top 6 is matched, and we'll take it from there. I'm Dave Van Auken. Sub the channel, like the video. We'll see everyone next time. This was our heavyweight landscape.